I've sat across from patients who were 65 and already falling apart. And I've sat across from patients nearly 80 who could outperform people half their age. The difference was never genetics, and it was never luck. It came down to 8 specific abilities. And today, I'm going to walk you through every single one so you know exactly where you stand. Over decades in medicine, that pattern repeats itself constantly. It has nothing to do with the year someone was born, and everything to do with a specific set of abilities that research now links directly to independence, brain health, and how many years someone gets to actually live, not just exist. A large long-term study following tens of thousands of older adults for over a decade found something remarkable. People who kept a specific set of physical and mental abilities into their 70s and 80s were far less likely to end up in a nursing facility, far less likely to develop dementia, and lived years longer in full independence than those who lost these abilities. That's years of grandchildren, mornings with coffee, and simply being able to take care of yourself. Stick around because one item on this list surprises almost everyone I share it with. It's something most doctors never mention, and it might be the single biggest factor in whether your mind stays sharp decades from now. This sounds almost too simple to matter, but it's one of the most studied predictors of longevity in aging research. Multiple studies tracking older adults over several years found that people who needed both hands and knees to get up off the floor were several times more likely to die during the study period compared to those who could rise with little or no support. Here's the biology behind it. After 70, the body loses a specific type of muscle fiber, the fast twitch fibers responsible for quick, powerful movement at an accelerating rate. These are the fibers that catch you when you stumble and push you back up when you start to fall. And falls remain one of the leading causes of injury-related death in older adults. Rising from the floor tests your leg strength, core stability, hip mobility, and coordination all at once. I once worked with a patient in her mid-70s who had fallen twice in 1 year and could no longer get up without grabbing furniture. With a few months of targeted strength work and balance training, she was rising smoothly again and told me she'd gotten her confidence back, which, for her, wasn't just a feeling. It was survival. Being able to balance on one leg for around 10 seconds isn't a party trick. It's a genuine marker of how well your brain and nervous system are still communicating. Research involving thousands of older adults found that those who couldn't hold a 10-second single-leg stand had a dramatically higher risk of death within the following decade. Balance depends on your brain's coordination center working together with your inner ear and your joints, all firing signals simultaneously. After 70, this system deteriorates unless it's actively used, much like a network of roads that fall into disrepair without regular traffic. A simple daily practice, standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, then progressing to doing it with your eyes closed, keeps these pathways active. Ability 3. Walking without stopping. Being able to walk a modest distance, roughly 4 city blocks without needing to stop and rest, turns out to be one of the most reliable predictors of survival in older adults. In some research, more reliable than cholesterol or blood pressure alone. Studies found that adults who couldn't manage this had a significantly higher mortality rate over several years. The reason ties back to your cardiovascular system's ability to deliver oxygen efficiently to your muscles, which naturally declines with age unless it's trained. Regular walking actually stimulates the creation of new energy-producing structures inside your muscle cells, one of the most effective anti-aging processes your body has. Walking outdoors on uneven ground rather than a flat treadmill engages even more of this system. Can you hold a real conversation while doing something physical, cooking, walking, gardening? This is called dual tasking, and it draws on several brain systems simultaneously: your decision-making center, your working memory, and your movement planning circuits. When someone struggles to keep talking while walking, researchers have found it can be an early measurable sign of cognitive decline. Think of your brain as a city, with your different mental functions as neighborhoods connected by roads. Dual tasking is rush hour. It tests whether those roads are still wide and well maintained. A simple daily habit: intentionally pair a physical task with a mental one, like walking while solving a problem out loud, or cooking while listening to something that makes you think. Your eyesight isn't just about comfort research following thous.